magnificent mathematicians, trying to get all the M's in there. We are going to talk about personal budgets. We have already spoken about income tax, starting our new unit. Personal budgets are basically just what are you spending with what money's coming in every single month. So a personal budget is a way of organizing your income and your expenses over a period of time, hoping to make smart financial decisions. A budget can span over different amounts of time. Like I've got a quarterly budget. I've also got a yearly budget, but mostly they're monthly, month to month. Fixed expenses don't change because they're fixed. They don't change. But then we also have varied expenses or variable expenses that do change. They vary from month to month. I feel like that makes sense, right? Duh. So actually looking at this mathematically in the 7th grade, we're going to be dealing with percentages, which means we're going to be dealing with proportions. So first question, the Donaldson family budgets their monthly income of $3,200. We have this table where it lists out everything that they're spending. We need to figure out what's the percentage of each category. Well, I'm going to choose food because it's just 320 and I know 320 is very similar to 3,200. So if I put that in a proportion, I've got 320 out of 3,200, marked off my zeros because there's one on top and bottom, equals what out of 100? Well, this is simple math, y'all. We don't have to cross multiply and divide because I know 320 divided by 10 equals 32. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And 100 divided by 10 is 10%. Which means everything else on my table that is $320 is going to be 10%. Duh. And I can see that 640 is double 320. So I'm just going to double my 10%. Then to figure out that last category, again, I'm not going to set up a proportion. I'm just going to use math because I know percent means out of 100. And all of these combined have to add up to 100. So 10 plus 20 plus 10 is 40, plus 15 is 55. Take from 100, you get 45. That's it. That's the whole thing. I did that all by just setting up one proportion. Let's work smart so we don't have to work like super duper hard if we just are smart about it. So what percentage was used for transportation and entertainment? Well, I'm just going to add them together, right? Transportation is 20, entertainment is 10, 10 plus 20 is 30, hey-o. But if you want to be smart about it, if you want to work hard and like show all your work, you can just add them together and set up a proportion, right? 640 plus 320 is 960. 960 out of 3,200 equals what out of 100? I'm going to cross multiply and divide. I would still get my 30%. Boom, shakalaka. I did go through that fast, but that's because this is all stuff we know how to do. It's just logic. So next question. Kelly's dad is working with her to create a budget for her part-time job. She's getting $800 a month. So I'm given the percent. I have 15% equals how much in money amount, right? So 15% is 15 out of 100 equals what out of 800? Well, if I just multiply by 8, y'all, I can just scale this. 15 times 8 is 120. Boom, done. And I'm going to do that same thing to the rest of them. 25 out of 100 equals X out of 800, multiply by 8. So 25 times 8 equals 200. There it is. Last one, I could just do 60 times 8, but let's show our work. Setting up a proportion, multiplying both by 8. 60 times 8 is 480. Now, if I add up all these together, I will get 800, which I'm supposed to because that's the total. That's it. The whole shaboodle. Setting up a proportion, cross multiplying, dividing. You've got it. It's easy. You've done this before. You just got to remember everything we've taught you this year.